Well, our next guest is the Director of Research at the National Institute of Integrative Medicine in Australia and has spent the last few years studying heart health and blood pressure and what nutrients may affect these conditions. Welcome, Dr. Karin Ried.
Welcome.
It is a pleasure to have you here. First up, heart disease. Let me see if I've got this right. The single biggest killer of women in New Zealand, claiming more than 3,000 women annually. So what as women do we need to know and look out for to prevent these risks?
Well, there are several risk factors for heart disease, and high blood pressure is one of the biggest risk factors. And there are ways of being able to prevent it. And today, we want to talk about one marvelous supplement, Kaolic Age garlic extract, which has been shown in our research to reduce high blood pressure by 10 millimeters systolic and 5 millimeters diastolic.
Well, so it actually reduces it. So how does having high blood pressure actually increase the risk of some sort of heart attack or heart event?
Yeah, high blood pressure makes your heart work harder, and it can, increase the risk of heart attack or stroke.
So it's making your heart work harder. So can you tell me a little bit about what you've learned by studying the Kaolic Age garlic extract and with heart disease?
Yeah, so Kaolic Age garlic extract actually works not just on blood pressure, it also does other magic in the background. So it can reduce your arterial stiffness, so how quickly the blood flows through the arteries. So with aging, your arteries actually become stiffer. But we have shown that Kaolic Age garlic extract can reduce the stiffness of the arteries and therefore improves the flexibility of the arteries, and it also can help with blood pressure as well as other heart health risk factors. For example, normalizes cholesterol.
It's funny that you say that your arteries get stiffer as you age, because really everything else just gets softer, doesn't it? You describe it as having a little bit of magic in it, the Kaolic Age garlic. So what exactly do you mean by that?
Well, with the garlic and the Kaolic Age garlic extract in particular, it normalizes, risk factors. So, for example, with blood pressure, if you have high blood pressure, it will normalize it. But if you have normal blood pressure, it won't reduce it further. And it's the same with other, risk factors like cholesterol levels, for example. It will reduce it to the normal level, but it won't completely get rid of it, because we all need cholesterol.
So aged garlic, how's it made into a product that's safe for consumption, that has all these benefits? I mean, where does it get aged? Where does it come from? How's it growing?
Yeah, so the very special thing about aged garlic extract is that chemicals in raw garlic are changed through the aging process, 20 months of aging, into stable compounds. And when you eat raw garlic, it can actually be toxic in high concentrations. That's why we don't like to have too much or to eat too much raw garlic. If you cook it, the chemical allicin will disappear. So it's volatile, and you don't actually have the chemical need to influence blood pressure. So with this aging process, you can make it into a stable compound, which then you can dose, and you can take, the dosage you need to reduce blood pressure.
So what's the difference between the Kaolic Age garlic and the garlic that you just stick in your cooking at home? That's what you're just talking about.
That's, yeah, exactly right. So the Kaolic Age garlic extract is actually a powder, and it comes in capsule form. And we found in our research that 2 capsules a day are enough to reduce the blood pressure by an average of 10 millimeters mercury and 5 millimeters diastolic. It's very similar to standard blood pressure medication. We have done 4 studies at this stage with 250 participants, but worldwide there have been done about 40 studies with thousands of participants, and we always find this very dramatic standard blood pressure medications, similar blood pressure change in the majority of people.
So obviously that's a benefit for taking aged garlic, but does it benefit everybody, or just if you are at risk of heart disease?
So in terms of benefits, we talked about the arterial stiffness before. So not everyone has high blood pressure, but everyone will, with aging, naturally get stiffer arteries. That's just a normal process. So if a cowlick aged garlic extract can reduce the arterial stiffness, you will have a benefit. It also is quite important for your gut health and for immunity. So it works on all different levels.
Wow, fascinating stuff. Thank you so much for joining us today. And for more details on cowlick garlic, you can head along to your health store or pharmacy.